just have to get there, and that's going to be pretty hard. If you look at the amount of power that T1 have, Camille, one of the few top lane bruisers that can actually deal with tanks to do the true damage and precision protocol. And the 1-for-1 of T1 is disgusting, frankly. There is so much setup available. There is Paranoia, there is Shove on bot side, there is Rise in the mid lane.
And here we go, on to the Rift for game number 1.
I kind of like, in terms of possibilities of aggression, especially together with Ona. Do you think the T1 composition generally wants to wait a little bit until that Paranoia becomes available and immediate applause at the very first trade?
Yeah. Ezreal that has more consistent damage output than a Caitlyn, who's in an even game will be able to perform with. And then you're stuck trying to make plays with this Lux, who's fairly fragile as well.
Okay, fighting over level 2, the flash forward as Karia's going for it with the Q of his own. That's going to be a trade. His first blood is given over to the Ezreal. Gumayusi able to trade one back as our supports.
Might look for maybe an invade or a punish on Faker. They don't know where he is, and he might get caught off guard as he goes to ward.
Well, that's not the brush you wanted to check here, as Faker's just going to die. Had no vision there. They had a ward in the jungle, but they did not know where Peanut was. Yeah, they already have this pretty low as we stand, and they're going up against an Ornn. Let's see if T1 can do anything, as the Ornn will come through, as a big knock-up now from Doran on the top side, but you can see the rest of Gen T just going to leave Doran to die. They say, nope, we're not going to be able to help you here. Decided to make, you know, as instead they are going to try to highlight this top side, as here comes the Paranoia. It's 3-on-1, and Doran does not have any hope, as Faker will eat a lot of those turret shots, as will Owner, but the kill is still there. Hextech Ultimatum is available now, and Peanut, you're not going to be able to ult out of this one. Don't believe that Karma will help either against this much lockdown. We just saw these 3 in the top side, and they do it again to the Bear.
It's more about what happens as soon as these turrets start to fall. When the map starts to open up, that's where I get more worried.
Who's diving who now, as Zeus went a bit far, thinking he had Owner on the backup of the gank, as Flash comes in, and Toby will take down the Camille. Okay, they see Zeus, and they're looking for the turn to flash in onto Faker, and he will be rooted down and taken down as well. But T1 say, that's okay, we'll take the Drake. Zeus, though, also going to be taken down here, so Gen T pick up a couple of kills, but T1 do get the Drake.
The one thing for T1 that is important to still keep in mind is that this comp punishes overextension.
Here we go. This is the side lane play that we expect, and Stopwatch is good, but it ain't that good. That's going to be the kill given over to Gumayusi. All right, setting up another kind of wall here. We got traps coming out from Gumayusi, and you do not want to get headshot by this Caitlyn right now. As Zeus over the wall, they're looking for Toby. He doesn't have his stopwatch anymore, but the damage from the backside of Gen T is gigantic. They're able to take down both of the divers on the side of T1, but that is going to be the Dragon going the way of T1. So a crazy fight, but T1 get another Infernal.
And, you know, with T1 having this ward here, it's so valuable. They know exactly where to run. Realm Warp is available for Faker. We've seen those in some LCK finals recently.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Are they going to contest? I think they have to.
Are they just going to Realm Warp into this one? I don't know. We've seen that before too, as okay, they're going to go on the backside here. They want to take a fight, as immediately a headshot from Guma. That's going to be one kill. Gen T get the Baron, but they get nothing else, as T1 are on the chase. Faker leading the charge. He's going to get that bounce onto both of them, and at least Toby will go down, as they are looking for more. A triple kill now for Guma, and that is going to be the ace into the hands of T1.
Gen G, this first game, have been both extremely proactive, but also greedy in the objective takes like this. They denied any sort of idea.
That is
They're running!
Incredibly fast Bear. I don't know what that guy's on, but Zeus is not getting away, as, okay, he's trading back, actually. Trying to get the kill onto Lahan, sent to Flash, but not quite enough.
That teleport's available. 2 of them, but
okay,
coming down.
They are going for this.
Joining. I don't think they can get here.
Yeah, they're not going to get here on time, but Peanut's here on time. Peanut, can he steal it? No, he cannot, but he does have a stopwatch trying to turn this one around. Keria takes so much of the aggro here. The Chaos Storm, the Ornhorn, and he's still alive. There's the one Guardian Angel going down. And Guma, he's still alive. Look at how much damage he does at this point in time. The chunking is unbelievable. That's going to be the end of Ruler and the end of Gen Z on this fight.
See the space bot by those Guardian Angels. Zeus, he was just the bait, and he actually was. The entirety of T1 is ready. 3 Infernal Drakes, but I don't think we're going to see the soul in this one.
I don't think so. T1 are marching down the red carpet to victory here. Nods on the side of the T1 players as they call the push to end. T1 so decisive on the punish plays this game. You give them an inch, they will take a mile. They were so far behind in the early part of the mid-game, but they turned this one around so fast.
Unbelievable. T1 just like that. Doesn't matter what the game state is, as Zeus decides, hey, here's a kill. But we will get the kill on Tier Nexus and take game number 1 here. You know, he wasn't necessarily setting up all the plays. There were a lot of great picks in the side lane. Really got to give a lot of credit to Faker, to Owner, to Zeus, to setting that up. But Gumi, he took all of that feeding and he was like, yeah, sure, you know, I'll just carry that last fight and it's totally fine.
And the Alistar instead of the Leona. Interesting prioritization. We have seen Gen G and many other LCK teams often default to the pick Alistar as a tank. Do you think he has more power? And that will be a look for Zeus. That's not a fun matchup for Akali, I can assure you that.
As we are very excited to get onto the Rift here for game number 2. No time to waste. As speaking of which, we are just fighting on the top side, 3v5, but that is going to be now Flash used by Keria, so he does not have that for the bottom lane.
Very least, play not working out and now possible invade here.
Oh boy. Faker is here in the top lane at level 3. Doran at level 2 does not have much, and Owner's here as well. He's going to get into a Shroud. Zeus does take the 1 hit there, as now Peanut getting into the mix, but it's 3v2.
Risk was low and the rewards could have been massive.
Oh man, hits him blind in the brush. Lahen's able to headbutt out of the chompers, but might have to use that flash. One more rocket could do it, as Guma not quite able to get close enough, and Lahen's will live.
Look at the restraint from Lahens and Ruler. No heal used, no flash used, no summoners at all.
Oh boy, well, they're gonna need it now, as he gets hooked again, somehow, through the minions.
Not great, as we might have a bot side play here.
How does he keep hitting these? As now we are going to have the Realm Warp coming in. That's going to be 1 dead Gen G member, as down will go Ruler. And no more follow-up from Faker, as Lahens will at least be able to walk away.
And I didn't think it was going to hit. Clearly Ruler didn't, because he had flash. Thought he walks out of range because they see that play as that's the Shuriken.
Yeah, that's the entry here for Doran. He's got R2. He's looking for it potentially, but he does not dive. As he says, here, Toby, you take it. You've got enough damage. He's got a Hex Drinker, so Toby gets up there.
Just barely able to take him out. As, oh no, Lahens.
No flash, no ability to get out of this one. You see Keria is just trying to give over the kill now to Gumayusi, who is excited, which means Peanut, of course, will not be able to do anything on the backside of that. Hard carried the last game as well. And you thought the duo of Gumayusi and Keria was strong. I mean, Owner and Keria is also incredibly strong, those two. As Zeus is pretty far up the lane. That's going to be the flash in here from Peanut. Hex Drinker not going to be enough to keep him alive. And Doran.
Lahens, man.
Yeah, Lahens is in no man's land right now. I mean, he was able to spot Owner, I suppose, but now probably going to have to use that Unbreakable Will. He is surviving for an incredibly long amount of time, but I don't know how much CC this cow can survive through. So down he will go, and that's another kill, this time over to Zeus.
But it's not if you're that far into the enemy jungle as Keria.
Yeah, he's just looking for more. Not able to get that one, though. Chovy able to land the charm, and Keria will be taken out. Zeus now going 1v1 against Doran. That rocket.
Going back to this Ahri pick, I like this more utility-based build here from Chovy this time around, because I think that with the Horizon focus, which I think will be the next one.
Hold on. We got the Shroud out here. The Shuriken's going to land as he goes in for R2 and immediately gets shot down. Zeus going to put an end to that, and he even survives with the refillable ticking. Opening that fight against Chovy, who is pretty far down the lane here, as now That's going to be the hook there on the Lehens as he gets trapped up once again. Who cares about your will? It is certainly breakable against T1. That's a big blade caller, but I don't think that's enough. A hook goes down onto Ruler as well. Does not have the ultimate to survive, as Chovy, alongside a Peanut up on the top side, at least able to get the kill on the Faker. Now Doran goes in and trades 1-for-1, but T1 still up a man.
Slowing that down in the 1v2, also holding aggro on the Rift Herald.
Oh, a little bit early there on the hook was Keria, actually. As now Doran able to survive, and Doran will be able to pick up the kill. Zeus looking for more, and he will get it, but that's a kill fed. A huge 800 bounty given into the hands of Ruler.
To do the damage.
Remember the last time Ruler got a big shutdown in the game they were behind? I do.
Just off the rails. I mean, now Owner's the one getting caught over here. Doesn't look like he's got a way out, as Charm will land even onto the very slippery Diana, and that will be another kill.
Looking good as Lehens.
Okay, we're engaging onto the Alistair. It's worked out before, but this time Lehens is getting some work down. Guma has to flash away. Genji now on the chase as Owner going to use that stopwatch for nothing. Down he goes. That's going to be Genji with the kill on the board.
Caught off on the side, the ult went through.
Look at Peanut.
Okay, this is a big flank. Will it come out in time? Everything's being thrown in, and Doran dies inside the shroud.
It's a good option to play for nonetheless. They are not looking like they will.
Yeah, sitting here and doing nothing is not going to be it. As Keria just puts him in the dumpster, and now Ruler has to run away, but there's a Realm Warp right on top of him as a big blade caller does come in, but Doran's losing the fight as well. As now front to back, the Jinx, the Lucian, they can kite for days. They will only be able to get the one for now. Faker able to flash away from those very nicely, and does force the flash away from Ruler.
It should be T1 being able to secure this Baron. They've got the choke point set up, and they have enough damage to do this. And it's moments like these where you try to set up punish plays, get punished yourself, and they're going to try to steal this. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know about this. Let's see what Peanut has in store for us here.
No cooldowns.
Okay, he's over the wall as Lehens gets in there and smites, and down will go Keria. As now the chase coming in. There's the one. Doran gets one and immediately dies, but a couple of kills into the pockets of Genji at least. Okay, very nicely done there by Chovy. That's a lot of poke damage onto Keria. You got to take some power away from the Baron push, as now. Not sure about this one. That's a really tanky rise at this point in time.
Yeah. Keria once again the target.
Yeah, they're going on in, and look at the poke damage. Chovy just not here. Teleport now coming in to the jungle, trying to help out Keria. As now the Lehens nearly gets poked down, and actually it's a kill onto Zeus, as Ruler somehow able to take them down. Trying to put on that carry pants once again.
All right, Faker's in this brush. They didn't know it.
Oh boy, that's another hook there onto Doran. Keria though,
Hold
might
up.
be the one that has to take the brunt of this, as he will get healed up and immediately go down.
And T1 are just pushing this so hard. We asked the question so many times. Really?
A Sax Drinker as well for some extra defensive capabilities. Genji, love it when they can kite back, but the prio isn't really there for them. They don't have that much control.
Okay.
Unseen, he's so far away though. T1 respecting him.
Zeus just spots him, and there's the Cloud Soul given over to Ruler. As Lehens takes a ton of damage, but at the end of the day, Genji, they pick up a big objective. As now T1, a team of 5 looking for this, but there's the charm on the Faker. Where's the follow-up damage? It's only Chovy, and Peanut's not able to get on in there.
Doran is going to have to go back, and is
going in.
I mean, this is so risky. So risky.
This is crazy. As now the turn comes in, and Keria immediately gets blown up, and now over the wall goes Peanut. A huge kick into that back line, and that means that Doran's got some room to move as well. Ruler gets on in there. Zane's gonna stand up to him. What am I watching? As he went a little bit too aggressive there onto Zaze, but he will eventually be taken out, and Guma, the only one left here on the side of T1.
Is trying to get out of a Gromp and get out of here, and it looks like he will get away with it. Chovy.
He's just fine.
Wait.
As a fight in the top side, as, okay, Diana against Akali. The Moonfall comes in, as that will be the execution. Akali does too much, and now look at this. Faker's like, no, see you later. I want no part of that fight. Keria is trying to set something up here now for Guma, but he is incredibly far away. Is the rocket enough? Yes, it is. That will be the execution. At least Guma picks up 1.
It's a 2-for-1 for Genji. They're starting to really pull ahead in terms of the kills here. Gold, very even. And you make a mistake like this before Elder.
Oh, they're going to keep going. They're not done yet. They spot Keria.
Uh-oh. That's Nautilus out of water. He doesn't know where to go. And He's got a nice little hook. He's buying a lot of time, but at the end of the day, it is 4v1. So Keria is taken out, and now, do you look at the Baron again?
Doran doesn't FTP.
Oh, this is a really nice engage, though. Chovy looking for more. The charm not going to land, and there's Lehens going in, trying to get the pick. Chovy desperate to get somebody, but a massive rocket in the face of the rest of the Gen Z members, and Chovy is left alone. Guma is looking for even more, but they didn't even get Chovy just yet. Doran coming on over here, and nobody dies.
No health bars low enough for Doran to actually get executes here. Can he get Guma?
He's looking for Guma. He might be looking for both. He gets the one, and that will be the two. Doran able to take him down both. The Baron is like, please, someone, stop pulling me in both directions here. I'd like to go to someone. This Keria has to
I'd like
flash
to
away.
know what I'm up to.
Yeah.
Elmorph is up for Faker.
Okay, here's the follow-up engage. Keria in a lot of trouble. Down he does go, but it is time bought as the Baron will be stopped, and Keria's sacrifice is not for nothing, but
Elder!
this game isn't over. We've seen our fair share of Elder flips in the LCK and in Challengers, as that is the combo into Doran, but the damage not quite there to take him out just yet. Dave's is going to get taken down. In goes Owner, gets a big engage this time. As over the wall goes Faker, but it's directly into this lethality Zaya. Everybody's desperate to kill him, and Ruler will survive. A double kill now for Chovy, and Gen Z have wiped the slate clean and might just take the game.
That's an ace!
That's an ace. Ruler on this Zaya. What can this man not do? He survives through, carries this fight straight up.
Looks like, guys, we might have a series on our hands.
We had to say it.
We had to say it. The turrets are going down, and T1 do not have the death timers to get up and defend this. Doran's got a huge smile on his face. 8 deaths for him. So many deaths for everybody on this rift. But Gen G, they will best T1 in this second game and make it a tied series 1-1. Just going to this crazy state of fight all the time, and that's not necessarily what both these teams are known for, but Gen G's composition, I think they took all that skirmishing so
Camille, especially with the Kench face up and knowing how much Keria loves it, takes away so much. Because actually, if that Kench is not available and it's a Nautilus instead, Gen G have so much backline dive that they can actually utilize extremely well. And if you add the Yuumi to that, like...
All right, here we go onto the Rift once again. I'm sure that everybody, perhaps even the T1 fans...
This Gen G composition in the mid game, which again, they have every tool to, and you actually reach late... Even with the amount of comfort that T1 have, I can see angles for Gen G. If you can play the fights a little bit slower and utilize the healing from this Yuumi, that's...
Faker is... He says, I am the OG LeBlanc. I'm so sorry, Chovy. I would grab your clone out. So being a fairly even trade at the end of it, but really do appreciate the angle that Faker took there and the early electrocute proc. We'll get the clone out, really force out those corrupting pots. So this is an early pathing.
The cheese!
This is one way to deal with this matchup. You know, Zeus is trying to put on the pressure. Peanut's here at level 2. I mean, the hook shot taken first, too, so now Zeus just trying to survive. The red buff comes in, the slow is there, and one more auto could do it, but they don't get it! And the follow-up auto nearly takes out Doran.
Early attention paid towards topside, not paying off.
Oh, Doran in a lot of trouble here. There's the damage coming in, waiting for that knockback till the last second, but Doran is able to hang on to that hook shot and survive.
Really patient. Now Peanut will be able to at least get some of that jungle back. His owner's not done.
Oh boy, this is rough. He's gonna land that stun right down the middle. He's still got flash. Doran is going to land the stun there, but with the flash, owner does hop in and pick up the first one. Has been getting the better of every single solo trade here. As Doran, oh boy, maybe not this time, as he will go in. And now he's got Peanut, and the kick nearly saves his life, but Owner is trying to get on in there with the hook shot. Not able to get away, as Peanut at least will be able to clean up the kill. Yeah, Chovy might be forced to get out of this one. Faker, though, is leading him down the lane. He does have that, but the chain stun will be enough to make sure that Chovy does not get away. But here we go. Rocket is coming in. Can it land onto him? No, Chovy will be able to dodge to the south side.
vision control that they have, which is going to be super oppressive, means it's very difficult for Gen G to use the slight advantage they had mid, the slight advantage they had bottom. They no longer have. Chovy,
yeah, he's
forced away.
And look at this, the save on the Rift Herald, what we were talking about. You know, Zeus is left to just dominate that lane alone, as there's going to be the charm in onto Peanut, and a huge rocket hits both of them, and Peanut just barely going to survive, but again, here comes the big-time gank from the engaged champion, Carria's Tom Kent. He's looking for the stun. There's the Devour onto him, as Doran will get into the Hex Tech. That's going to be a miss on the lick, as 1v1 now in the jungle. Peanut.
And yes, Gen G are going to get a Drake lead here, but T1 have so much power with vision control, and that has been something they cannot remove. Is Zeus?
Okay, well,
baiting him in.
Yeah, didn't see him there, but Chovy is around. You can see, though, that Chovy does not necessarily want to get in on this one. Knows the potential of the stolen Camille. And Owner nearly gets him there, but that's just going to be another kill on Adoran, thinking that Owner had backed away.
And that's such a big moment, because
Faker.
Well, interesting Everfrost. He is trying to get away, though, with the Spirit Rush. The charm is really on point, so unfortunate positioning, but he is Ahri at the end of the day.
This is a 4,000 gold lead, 5,000 gold lead there, 4.5 at 14 minutes. Ruler is trying to farm. He's at risk.
Okay, he is on the run here. He does have everything, basically, but they force out that ultimate as over the wall goes Zoner. He's just going super deep. There's nobody here to help out Ruler, and that's just a dead, alone Xayah.
And, I mean, he could be on a flank, but he just dies if he comes in. Len's going to eat a shock blast, so I guess that's who you want to hit it if it's anybody, but...
Not bad, actually. Chovy's over the wall now. He's getting some damage in. That's a nice little poke, as the charm is going to land here from Faker, but you can see that T1, they're not necessarily comfortable to take the fight right now. As in goes Doran onto Zeus. They take out the Jace. Wait. Gen G, they found the angle. A lot used for not much, but at the end of the day, he's just farming there under the turret.
Yes, can check this.
Oh. Okay, he's gonna see Peanut, but they don't know about Chovy. Faker takes a big blast, as now Chovy has to blast away. The flash charm, as Faker will pick up a kill for his team. Zeus gets the dunk and picks up the kill. But actually working this time after a failed flip from the side of Gen G. And now we can see the real power of T1 as the engage from Carria onto a Lee Sin with the Tompkins. That's another charm. That's going to be the end of that. As Lehens, he might get away. Maybe he is going to get on top of Ruler here as we diving into a Xayah. And now they will force down this turret. No TP will come in for Doran.
Faker on this Ahri is just a force of nature. Every single play working out way too well. Yeah, Gen G, they have Soul Point and a Dream, but they're so far behind that there's no way that they should be able to contest this.
We've seen almost all the Barons fail, as there's the charm onto Ruler. He catches the Xayah, and now Ruler can't do much of anything. In comes Chovy, trying to get a kill, not able to, as the block here from Owner onto the chains will be enough.
Chasing.
So low are all the health bars.
Yeah, not quite going to be confident enough to get onto there, and they have the Baron back, so T1 will finally get away with the Baron.
Heathing here, 50 seconds. Oh! Well, never mind. No, not happening.
How about a bonus kill? And so with very little vision, now with the control ward over the wall though, T1 maybe thinking better of it, but there's the Q coming in. Now the TP coming in as well, and that's going to be the steal. Peanut picks it up, and at least they'll be able to get that, but T1, they're looking for the end of the game as they'll actually be able to stop that TP. And Gen G, they keep this game alive.
And that's so big because if the teleport comes through, or if you opt into a fight with T1, you lose.
But I don't know if he sees Faker either. There's no pings on this. Now he sees him. And now that Ahri immediately goes into the Zanyas as Faker now looking for the potential play. Chovy behind enemy lines. Has he gone too far is the question. As Faker is on the chase here, Owner waits for him on the backside. As Chovy's actually the bottom one. They flash after the clone.
That's a turret.
And Chovy's getting away. He will get away from them. Unbelievable.
I can't believe he gets away. They get a turret as well out of this.
He has Baron recall.
He's out.
He's fine.
Oh
See ya.
my God.
Chovy, he's going to be looking to put in the work, but down go his Banshee Veil. And the poke is coming in as well from the side of Ruler, who is going to be the main poke alongside of Lehens, I suppose. Chovy's still looking for his angle to poke. T1 have pulled this into the brush. And Chovy still out of vision here, going to be looking for the assassination on the backside. That's going to be the take by Peanut. Gen G get the Ocean Soul. This game is not over by any means.
T1 do not have control over this Baron pit right now.
Lehens is pumping out heals. I mean, I'm talking like, this is insane. The poke right now from Gen G is better. And they have Ocean Soul. And now they engage on the Courier. Now he goes down. And all of a sudden, Gen Z are taking control of the game.
This is the worst kind of game to lose as well. T1, if they lose this game, the momentum shift here is massive. They had such a lead. It is insane. Doran and crew going to start this one up. Really nice Hextech ultimatum. They're going to start this Baron.
They have the heals. They have the resistances. They have the sustain.
And they have a Fed LeBlanc with a Fed Yuumi apparently at this point in the game. They're looking to turn actually. Chovy takes two of them out. There's a 3v2 fight on the top side that T1 are getting close on, but it's not quite enough. Gumayusi though is looking to angle over. He might be able to get some damage in. Ruler is in a bit of trouble, has to flash away. The zap gets him on the backside. Gumayusi gets excited, and he's going to be the one that carries the fight in the end. That should be enough for T1, as they will clean up the fight just like that.
And Gen G, you just need to coordinate. There's too many scrappy fights happening at once. Lehens can't jump to enough people, can't keep them all up. And T1 not play the fight.
T1 have a comp that's ready to scrap. Okay, they're looking for the trade here.
Chovy, he's trying so hard. And
all alone.
Yeah, Faker's got one more Spirit Rush. It's not going to be enough to lock down Chovy, although with Flash, not quite enough. But T1 still looking for the end of the game.
Such a close third game here to put T1 on match point.
Yep, they're going to go for it here. The Nexus will go down. Chovy can't quite do enough, as even with the Yuumi coming out, it does not matter. And Gumayusi in the last fight.
But T1 have been more clutch in this series in these critical fights.
Might look at the gold graph and say clean win for T1, nothing to see yet. That wouldn't tell the story of this game. It got way closer than the gold might suggest, but at the same time, T1 getting this win might, I think, for Gen G be a breaking point. Although, honestly, the Kench, as good as Carrier is on the pick, it's a self-counter pick, right? You'd have no ability, reasonably, to punish. Whereas with the Fresh, that's completely different. More peel for Gumayusi as well. And I'm loving the round out here. Gen G have no one that can, if they fall behind, can face check brushes, that can catch these hooks. Everyone, when hooked, will die.
Everyone will die when hooked.
Thank you, Wolf.
We'll find out, all right?
We will find out.
Will we, Wolf?
On the Rift, if this happens. We have Ignite Akshan in the top lane for Doran.
Don't do it. Don't think about it. No, not allowed. No way. As Zeus actually went for Electrocute here. So the short trades, the Doran ideally is going to look for, proc press the attack, and then slingshot your way out. Are going to be a lot harder. Really like the adaptation, because Zeus has gone for basically everyone we've seen him with.
Going to be kind of the story.
Okay, Doran is actually taking a lot of damage. The flash comes in, and Owner's right there.
What did I say? You know,
boy.
see that Dark Seal? You know, this is the kind of game we're watching. And this is the Akshan pick from Doran. He's trying to get ahead. He took Ignite. He dies sub 4 minutes. Gonna ult first, try to get some damage through, but...
Well... Oh, that was a really nice stun in the middle of the hook sling, as now that is just going to be a dead Akshan as the last auto comes in after Doran flashes, and he will be taken out.
Now, it's not for nothing, because as mentioned, the Drake did go over, and it is going to be a plate play down here for Ruler and Lehens.
Because now you have an Akshan that's monstrously far behind us. Oh, Peanut.
That is a fast Thresh, and he will flash to get out of this one, but the rest is still coming, and the death sentence will make his death come through.
And this Akshan is perma stuck under turret, like you were saying, Chronicler. This is not the reason why you picked this. You're not supposed to be 25 CS behind.
And then while this is happening, there is also no ability, as it's beautifully done by Ona, able to actually
He passed geometry class.
He did, yeah. Very nicely done. Final order from Zeus, making sure. Peanut died again.
Oh
guys,
5 stacks of Dark Seal as well for Zeus.
Yep.
Well, this is how Peanut was
He's
caught
so
previously.
fast.
더블. 어,
Yeah.
He says it's over.
와,
Look at him.
와.
Not going to translate that part.
Why not?
And then Peanut is just in the enemy jungle when there's no vision. The Ryze is not going to have vision control, and so is always going to be under threat against this Ahri, who's going to be much more difficult to deal with a Thresh.
Uh-oh. Jovi's in a lot of trouble here. He has heal and teleport. That's not going to be enough, as even Rocket sails by. Just Skooma usually saying, hello, by the way, I'm in this game.
And what I love here from T1 is also them picking this Thresh has nothing to do with punishing in lane.
Okay,
It's
he's trying to
Jovi.
get on top of Jovi here. He does have his flash, but it's not going to matter, as now Peanut's trying to make a play. But again, you're so far behind, you can't do much. He will survive for a very long time, actually. As down in the bottom side, Guma's all alone. That's going to be a kill into the hands of Ruler. As Peanut, he will eventually go down. That is another kill into the hands of Owner. As now over the wall, Doran is here, but is he really? As he's just trying to get away now from Keria, who nearly pulls out the 400 IQ hook.
As I was saying, the Yuumi counter pick.
All right, well, Gen G, they've decided to make their stand. They're down about 4,500 gold, and they were considering pushing into that second Rift Herald. The answer actually is going to be no at the end of the day. Here comes Predator again, as Peanut just kind of stands there and says, well, I don't have a ward, I don't have a way to get out, so I'm just dead.
That was a really scary moment, too. Zeus is still looking for this.
Oh, he doesn't quite know that Doran is there, so Zeus just gets over the wall, and that's going to be the end of that.
Would have been a big disaster had they walked into
Okay, Doran.
Electric Pikachu.
It's the Submarine 2022 version.
Absolutely.
Here we
Go get him, Doran.
Okay,
Is that a double?
What do you guys...
He didn't get him! He didn't get him, Valdez!
Yeah.
He didn't get him!
That's Zeus with the double kill. There you go, 4-0, 9 stacks on it, and he's gonna just die. As Jovi will pick up the kill at the very, very least.
I mean, 700 gold in a Ryze's pocket isn't going to change the outcome of this game, I'm afraid. A tank Ryze, mind you, in this meta.
Jovi's sticking around. He's trying to step up to them. He's actually going to get the flash out of Guma, but nearly trades his life for it.
Dance flash available, ult's coming up, and they do not see him!
Oh,
They do not see him!
Oh, they are... Okay. He's not going to
He doesn't have it yet. He
though.
doesn't have it yet.
Okay,
It's
he's
almost
waiting.
up.
As that is some nice poke, the hook onto Jovi, but he's tanky. As now it comes in, but the immediate exhaust as Ruler is kiting back. They are still alive, but that's going to be the dragon going the way of Faker. As they are super low, but it's not really going to matter all too much. Everybody on the side of T1 will get the Drake and get out.
Not the cleanest engage there from Zeus, but his ult timer was very, very close to being an amazing one for him. Still good enough to push the AD carry away. T1 will still get the Drake and win the fight. With those low health bars, though,
I just...
Get us this cross,
I
Valdez!
wanted a game 5, you know. I wanted it, but we'll see how this goes. I mean, Gen Z, they're not... The Nexus hasn't died, and they have pulled off some crazier things. And T1, they looked a little bit flimsy in that game 2 and that game 3, so who knows? Let's see what they got. Toby's just going to go for a face check here as Jinx says bye-bye with the rocket coming in. And now Ruler, he's going to stand up to the Thresh, but he's basically all alone. And the Feathers will not be enough as they will get on top of Ruler. And Doran, with all that mobility, might just barely be able to get alive. But Faker says no, and that will be the end, the ace. So early on in this game. 11,000 gold to lead now for T1 as they look to potentially close this one out. That's now Peanut, a huge play on Taguma. He finally is able to get something done in this one. But that's only a 1-for-1. You see T1, they're going to say, okay, we'll take our foot off the gas pedal for now.
does protect that inhibitor, which is pretty massive. I mean, it keeps Gen G alive a little bit longer. It does stretches their chances a little bit further here, but it is a critical pick. It does eliminate Gumayusi off the map. T1's health bars are low. They will have to back off, but unfortunately for Gen G, there's no objective available on the map for them to take.
It's hard. We had so many games where there's angles, there's lines, there's plays available. And I think this is the first game where it truly depends on T1 playing over-aggressive as opposed to Gen.G having a real angle. And that's a really big difference with many of the previous games.
Speaking of angles, Zeus is on scene.
Ruler does have the cleanse, so at least he's able to get away from that one. Here comes Cerelius as the Rocket's coming in, and there's the flash charm. Faker wants to end this game before the Baron. He wants to go home with yet another trophy in his pocket, and he might just be able to do it right now, 27 minutes into this game. Peanut will be pushed away.
There's a wave.
There is a wave, and they will look for it. The charm not quite going to land, but they know Zeus is even diving on top of the fountain. Will they be able to get Jovi? The answer looks like no, as we've still got the trumpets playing as they chase down the enemy jungler. This game looks like it might not end here, as we do have a wave coming in, but it's going to be difficult. Owner will be able to pick it up, and that is going to be the end of this. T1 are your spring 2022 victors here at Kintex once again for the 10th win of this organization.